Alright, guess I'm making a video on vegetarianism again. Yeah, this isn't that complicated an argument, right? I mean, of all of the attributes that make our welfare kind of important, day-to-day kind of thing, it's the capacity to feel, to have sensations that are either good or bad, to be very, very upset or nervous or frustrated, or to have physical pain, physical misery. These are the experiences that make up the substance of our life. And then we have this overview thing that somehow we need to survive. So that's another need that we perceive to exist, but it's not quite as tangible. I mean, if somebody's not going to be catastrophically upset or harmed by our sudden disappearance wouldn't matter much. If it's sudden, we don't see it coming, so to speak. You fall asleep in your sleep and nobody cares. This never get done. Anyway, it's probably going to be more interruptions. There's always some sort of bullshit. Anyway, so this Peach thing did this video on the vegetarian thing, and so you just imagine, okay, let's say she was in a cage, having to live in 2 inches of her own feces. She had a clone that was making an argument in defense of let's say there was a dumber Peach. There's dumb and dumber, and so it was just a dumber Peach in the cage. That's its only crime. It's dumb. Yeah, it's not really intelligent. That's its crime. It's not that it can't feel, can't love, can't, roll on its back and say, rub my belly, say it in a gesture kind of way. Not that it can't do any of those things. No, it's just too stupid. So it's in a cage in 2 inches of feces. And this is her explanation for why that's all okay.
Hello, I'm Peach, and it's Saturday.
Oh, gee, that's terribly interesting. Anyway, you need more volume, right? Yeah, more volume. Peach is Saturday. I'm gonna defend torturing animals. Yeah.
We talk a little about the ongoing discussion that Rob has been having on his channel about veganism. I've said before that I have no issue with veganism, nor do I
I have no issue with veganism. I mean, really, I have no issue for people who are trying to do no harm. Yeah, okay, I guess that's not terrible, not being offensive and harmful and exploitive and aggressive and taking and... Oh, she has no problem with people being what? Compassionate and decent. I have no problem with people being compassionate and decent. Let's make videos like that. That'll show, if the UFOs are watching, that'll show how fucking intelligent we are, because we'll have conversations about how it's okay to be fair-minded and decent.
all vegans in with the judgmental, fanatical stereotype. With that said...
Okay, vegans, lump them in with the stereotype of vegan. So we don't want to lump vegans with vegans, because that would be, like, insane to put vegans in the category of vegans. No, we have to have vegans and then aggressive vegans. Like, there's Martin Luther King and then there's Malcolm X. Let's put them all in different categories, right? That's an acceptable black man, and that's an unacceptable black man.
The discussion started with a video by Ghost of Day in Person, in which she stated that she adopted the vegan lifestyle because there were no excuses not to. Anybody who showed the slightest hint of disagreeing in the comments was attacked by lunatics that equate...
Yeah, lunatics. They're lunatics because they what? They recognize that the only difference between me and those other sentient animals, by certainly evolution standards, is the fact that my kind acquired language, say, whatever, 200,000 years ago at best, but probably more like 40,000 years ago. And so, but before that, I mean, yes, if you put my ancestors, if you took human beings 100,000 years ago and put them in cages in 2 inches of their own feces, it would have been okay because they were fucking ignorant. They were just dumb fucking animals. They didn't have any sophisticated language. They couldn't say little marmy bullshit. Yeah, they didn't have makeup and cleavage.
Eating meat with supporting animal torture. That's not at all.
Eating meat and animal torture. Somehow eating an animal, I mean incarcerating it in, we know, horrible conditions, okay? That's just a fact, and especially like in family farms, they keep talking about these little farms and how beautiful they are. No, I've seen them. Liar, 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 okay? The last place you want to be a pig is on some little, Joe Pigman's farm, okay? Trust me. Horrible. Neglect all over the place. Everybody's too tired and too lazy to... What? They don't need to be fed every day.
An exaggeration. And it certainly isn't helping to improve the public perception of vegans.
Oh yeah, like we're really worried about our public perception. You're motherfucking bigots. And you're going to sit there and talk about our public perception, how people perceive us, how a bunch of torturing, maniacal, sadistic motherfucking cunt, selfish bastards who have no rational excuse for your bigotry. You're a fucking bigot. Alright? And you have no excuse for it. You just have rationalizations. Oh, they're not my genetic code. Okay, yes, they feel. Yes, they can be tortured, but that's not an issue. Is torture an issue? You people are just fucking grotesque. Our public perception. Shit on you.
Pack for different choices of diet.
Different choices of diet, like it doesn't mean anything. Yes, the choice to incarcerate and torment and torture, that's just a dietary choice. It has nothing to do with actual implications that animals will actually be tortured, that they will actually sit in their own feces, that they will actually have horrible infections, that they will actually suffer and die for the sake of a convenience, a fucking stupid habit. God, you're just grotesque. There's no words for this shit. Why don't you just admit it? Just say, I'm worth it. Quit denying it. Quit talking like you're not owning the slave. Okay? You crazy bigot. Alright? You're sitting there and exploiting the fuck out of creatures that can be tortured. That is, they're fit in the category. The category that says can be tortured, all of that food fits in that fucking category. And you're playing with it and exploiting it for your own fucking convenience. You're no better than the goddamn slave owner. Not one goddamn centimeter better. Not a millimeter better. Not a tiny bit goddamn better, you fucking pompous shit.
Isn't exactly the smartest method of selling an idea.
Oh no, the smartest method of selling the idea of torture is to pretend it's not torture. Oh, it's not torture. No, it's... let's argue it for, oh, it's a healthy choice. Or, it'll make the planet greener. And it'll save oil and energy. And we'll all live longer and prosper. Yes, so let's pretend there's not torture isn't involved. Let's pretend that we can selfishly own slaves. Yeah, so you'll create the solution. The solution is work for the man instead of being a slave to the man, okay? For exploitation wages. And that'll be your improvement. Same torture, same abuse, same exploitation. You'll just put a different label on it. You disgusting creeps.
It was actually Abby's choice of words that struck me as odd, and also indicative of the negative stereotype.
Oh, indicative of the negative stereotype to say, logically, look, we've done this thing, okay? We've broken free of traditions, okay? Even Christmas trees and Santa Claus, it's all bullshit. Let's let go of all the bullshit and just sit there and rationally look at what the world is made of. And it's made of on this planet anyway, of creatures eking out existences. And an important category a creature falls into is the ability to be fucking tormented. It's one of the most important categories you can fit in. If I can't be tormented, if I can't be irritated, if I can't be put in a negative condition, alright, then my welfare doesn't mean anything. Then you could just use me like a machine. Alright, I'm a toaster then. It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm not working well enough, then throw me in the garbage. It's not going to matter. The toaster doesn't care. The toaster isn't burdened by the work or the labor. But sentient creatures are not fucking toasters. You're talking about them as if they're fucking toasters. As if they can't fucking feel. As if it doesn't matter that they fucking feel. I mean, fuck. I mean, how can you I mean, how can you depersonalize something that is so obviously personal, that is so obviously alive and sentient?
By saying that there are no excuses not to become a vegan, she either didn't realize that she was condemning everyone who isn't a vegan.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, it's all over your behavior. It's a grotesque exploitation based on an insane bigotry, and it is an insane bigotry. What makes me important isn't whether I can add 4 plus 4. What makes it important, my welfare important, isn't whether... Do you think that the slaves that we brought over from Africa, do you think they could speak a language, or they could decipher complex mathematics? Would they pass the IQ test if you gave them one? No. But that wasn't the thing that was wrong. The wrong thing was the torturing them. People, you're just amazing. You're just amazing. There's no excuse in it. Because something is dumb, it doesn't give you the excuse to torment it. How is the dumbness of an animal an excuse to torment it? We don't let people torment cats and dogs, do we? We don't let people throw darts at goddamn rats. And yet you hypocrites, you duplicitous hypocrites, will say it's okay to torment and torture a pig. Why? Because it's convenient.
Or she didn't care. And the way I see it, if an ideology compels a person to condemn everyone else for making a different lifestyle choice...
A different lifestyle choice doesn't, again, just ignore the fact that this has implications. So again, just imagine the peach in slavery, and some asshole just says, look, it's our lifestyle choice to have slaves. What the fuck? You don't want to have them? Don't have them. Okay, you're anti-rape and slavery and stuff? Well, fine. Go ahead and be anti all that shit, you little pussy. But we're going to choose our lifestyle choice. We've got them properly chained up. We clean up their duty when they shit on your property, don't we? So we follow the rules. I mean, that's what this is. This is disgusting, you hypocrite. You duplicitous, fucking, bigoted hypocrite.
Than theirs, then there is either something wrong with that ideology or there is something wrong with that person.
No, there's something wrong with your ethics. There's something wrong with your logic not to be able to see the difference, to not to be able to recognize that your hypocrisy in loving cats and dogs and exploiting the fuck out of pigs, that hypocrisy a little bell should go off in your fucking dim-witted little brain, at least saying, wait a minute, that doesn't seem quite right. Their gray matter isn't entirely different. They're equally testable. Okay, the dog's not going to beat the pig in the IQ test. So what's your fucking excuse? Oh, that's right, you don't have an excuse except for convenient bigotry.
An odd thing to say. There are no excuses. That's as bizarre to me as when anti-natalists attack people for having children because they think there are no excuses to bring more people into the world. What?
Well, I'm glad somebody else is mentioning the word anti-natalism. How cool is that? Super. Yeah, that's right. There are no excuses for you to take risk with somebody else's welfare. So yes, it's not right to be a slave owner, and it's not right to play Frankenstein. And guess what? I think a 10-year-old can understand this if you don't brainwash it first. If you make an honest 10-year-old, give it just knowledge of the world and say, this is the game we're playing. No Santa Claus, no God, no leprechauns, no good fairies, none of that shit. Just a hard, brutal environmental world that sits there and has forced us to beat the shit out of each other to survive, right? And that's the game we've been forced to play by a stupid DNA molecule, and it's only because of that circumstance that we could find any justification in doing any of this shit. It's all fucking harm. Harm sucks. Fucking suffering goddamn sucks. Torture fucking sucks. Don't do it unless you really have to. Don't put somebody in jeopardy of it unless you really have to. Unless you have a goddamn good reason. And the goddamn good reason shouldn't be is I want. I want is not a good enough fucking reason.
Would anyone need an excuse to do what we are, biologically speaking, born to do? What?
Oh, god damn. Biologically speaking, so she really believes that humanoids 2 million years ago were running across the prairie, you know, grabbing squirrels, ripping their fur off, and eating their raw flesh. That's what we were biologically meant to do. That's what we're biologically built to do. Absolutely no fucking evidence, and no coherent, reasonable, fair, logical evidence that that could possibly be the truth. It is a preposterous, nonsensical, idiotic. We have no fucking claws. We have lame-ass fucking goddamn teeth. I mean, it's just idiotic.
Why would anyone need an excuse to eat the kinds of food that we evolved to eat?
Evolved to eat again. So evolved when? When we invented fire, because you weren't goddamn evolved to eat it. Go ahead, show me how you could live on a raw meat diet. Show me. Do it. Eat a raw meat diet and show me how you're going to thrive. You know what you're going to do? You're going to die. Alright? But you won't be able to metabolize this shit. And that's just a fact. You know, when they introduced steak tartare into America, they introduced it as a dietary mechanism to get fat people thin, because it gave them diafuckeria.
If you make a choice to adopt a specific kind of diet safely, then that's fine. I see no reason why.
That's fine. Safely. Like, oh, well, you're not getting enough, what? Vitamin B12, right? Something you could just get by cooking a spoonful of dirt.
Not to respect that choice. But you're not going to win over any new converts if you don't respect the fact.
Oh, says you. All right, just says you. Right? We're gonna take our advice from the slave owner. We're gonna take advice on how to. Well, look, you know, that's what the people who were against slavery should have done. They should have taken the advice of the slave owners. Yeah, because they did it all wrong. The slave owners could have told them the right way to protest. Yeah, right. They had to have a civil war, unfortunately. But, yeah, the right side won in that case, and it will win in this case, too. And may you get what you fucking deserve. May you get exactly in life what you have earned. What you have given, you should goddamn get. The same kind of the same kind of malignant bigotry should be imposed on you, bitch.
That other people make different choices, and that's fine too. True.
Right, it's okay to torture. Why would anybody rational say it's not okay to harm sensitive creatures? 'Cause harming sensitive creatures is what we're born to do. It's in our DNA. That gives us all the justification we need. We don't need any more justification than the DNA says so, because we're not intelligent or smart. We haven't gained anything knowledge through understanding the mechanism of our brain function. We haven't gained any knowledge by doing any of that fucking research. No, we're just ignorant, dumb fucking cunts. Shit. No, I'm better than that. I'm fucking better than you.
So many of the reasons that people list for going vegan tend to fall apart upon scrutiny.
Oh man, you should have to fucking goddamn put up. Put up! Go ahead, eat a raw meat diet. Let's see you do it, bitch. Prove your goddamn point. Let me see you catch a squirrel. Let me see you catch a possum, for fuck's sake. And then let me see you tear its fur off with your big giant munchy teeth. Okay, and let me see you eat that fucking bugger without ending up perforating its goddamn intestine and poisoning your fucking self. Let me see you do it. Or let me see you go up to let's throw some carrion on the road, some roadkill. Let's see you go eat some roadkill raw. Okay, that's your theory, that humankind was eating carrion, right? This putrid, smelly, maggot-covered crap that the lions left behind, and you think human beings said, yum, 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 that smells yummy. That's what you fucking think. And you think we have a logic problem? No, I think you have a profound logic problem. You think the DNA, you think like fire was something we had 3 million years ago, or 10 million years ago, or 100 million years ago? Do you think so? We had matches back then?
And just aren't all that compelling to me, except for the health benefits. That is the one reason.
Right, the selfish reason, right. So if somebody makes an argument against slavery saying, well, it's better because then you don't have to buy all those chains and whips and stuff. So that's good, but you don't have to spend money on chains and whips. And you wouldn't find that insulting if that's the kind of argument that was being made. Oh, it's to your own advantage not to own slaves now. So yeah, that's the right argument to go with. It's just the personal advantage argument. It's always the personal advantage argument that matters. Fuck the truth. Fuck you.
Really can't be denied. So that's all from me today. Be sure to subscribe to the Breakfast Club channel if you haven't already.
Why? Are they all as dumb and stupid and ignorant and fucking pig-headed as you? Yeah, I was going to listen to the Devashill video, but that's just going to piss me the fuck off even more. So yeah, I had enough of this shit. But yeah, it is there. 101 reasons to go vegan, question mark. So he didn't even have the balls to say something anti-vegan in the title, so. But, you know, typical. Oh, these people are, you people are just disgusting. Let's see, I repeat. He brought up this subject, not me. That is fucked up. Oh, I wonder what that's about. The only way I can see anyone harassing a vegan is if a vegan tries to shove their diet down someone else's throat. Otherwise, it makes no damn sense. Why should anyone care about what other people are eating? Yeah, again, why should anyone care about torture? Sentient organisms being tortured. How is it logical for a rational human being to think that sentient animal torture would somehow be a bad thing? Why would a fucking rational human come to that conclusion? And these people are saying they're an improvement over Christians? I mean, fuck. I mean, it's you can't, the joke is so fucking bad. This is such a bad fucking joke. This is an improvement over Christianity? I don't think fucking so. At least God is telling those assholes to do it. Torture thy animals for the sake of the ritual. You know, at least God's telling them to do something completely stupid. And you fuckers are just doing it. Why? Because you're just selfish. I'm addicted. I gotta have it. I'll take it. I don't care how many animals have to suffer to give it to me. Oh, fucking bastards. You're not even addicted, like I said. It's a food preference. Easily changed. Day at a time, no problem. So anyway, I probably should do a comment video too. Oh. God, yeah, I mean, you just want to go to war. You just do. I mean, yeah, I mean, you just do. I mean, I don't know if I'd go to war to actually save other people. But yeah, animals have they don't have any people scum on them. They're just dumb animals. You know. And it's just wrong to be exploiting animals for no other reason than because they're dumber than you. It's just grotesque to torture something merely because it's dumber than you. It's grotesque.